Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve. Let's start getting this bad boy started here. 1 second. Okay. Here we go. Welcome to episode 7 of Outlaw Radio. We are going to... Hi, everybody. Hope you're all doing okay. It is I, Santa Outlaw. It's not the usual hat I wear if you know me for all the other stuff that I do, but that is okay. It is I, the Outlaw Knight. Welcome to Outlaw Radio. For all of you that are here, fantastic. I appreciate you. And for those of you that aren't, I understand that as well. It's all good. It is all good. I am here in my basement studio for a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit, as I said in the title of this, about some holiday memories, good, bad, and otherwise. I hope that for all of you that are joining us here today, you'll be able to chit-chat about something you want to talk about as well in the chat, and if not, that's okay as well. If it's just me, then, hey, it's Christmas Eve. I'm not expecting a whole bunch of people to be here, and that's all right. So, the introduction, of course, I'm the Outlaw Adam Knight, or just Adam Knight, the author Adam Knight, the wiseacre Adam Knight. I am all of those things and more. Just a funny old Central Canadian fella who is not afraid to make a little bit of an ass of himself every once in a while. Been 30 years in the squared circle of professional wrestling. Currently the best damn Canadian heavyweight champion of all time. More on that in a minute. I'm an author of several books, of which I've got copies of right here. These are available in the links down below on Amazon.com. If you want a personalized copy of these, please shoot me a message directly, either in the comments or below, and we'll figure that out, and I'll find a way to personally get one out to you. Of course, if you're here for the first time and you've stumbled across me, hi. I'd really appreciate if you'd like the video and subscribe to the channel. Any and all help is a good thing here. I know that's all stuff that little girls say these days, you know, and just trying to get the content like a bunch of screaming teenage girls. Anyways, welcome to the party. This is the Outlaw Adam Knight, and we're here to have a good time. I hope I didn't lose anybody. I had a little bit of technical difficulties up off the top, so if I lost anybody in the mainstream, I do apologize for that. Trying to get this stuff sorted has not been the easiest thing in the world, but that's okay. That is okay. If you're out there and you're able to hear me, I'd really appreciate you letting me know. And if you can't hear me, then that's fine too. Let me know about that. just trying to figure things out. Anyways. Before we get started on the holiday shenanigans, I did want to talk a little bit about pro wrestling. Specifically last Friday's Christmas Massacre Dos here in Winnipeg, put on by the team over at Blaze Pro Wrestling. I just want to say the Thursday and the Friday of Winnipeg last week were two of the worst blizzard conditions I've seen in many, 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 many years. And so it's been, thank you, Billy. Thank you, Sheila. Appreciate you both for being here. That was good. Thanks for coming out. Billy Blaze, the current hardcore champion and promoter of Blaze Pro Wrestling, I want to thank him specifically for continuing to have our fantastic event last Friday night in spite of the blizzard conditions. People were getting stuck all over the place, and I don't just mean in calling their matches, I mean getting in and out of the parking lots. It was crazy, and we still had a damn sold-out show here in Winnipeg last Friday, and it was something else, and it really warmed the heart and the building, seeing as how darn cold it was as well at the same time. As a result of that, I'm going to take a minute here to Billy to put you over. I will say how crazy your Fans Bring the Weapons match you had with the DOC and all the members of Orville Redenbacher's crew. You guys really put it on the line for that crowd, and I really appreciate you taking the main event off of my hands so I didn't have to try to go out there and follow that crazy bloodbath. My goodness. My goodness, that was crazy. Guys laying it on the line and making it tough to follow, and that's okay. I don't mind it being tough to follow, because you've probably given me a bit of work to do for our next show. Because, of course, in February 27th, the next Blaze Pro Wrestling event in Winnipeg, No Love Lost, I will be putting the Blaze Pro Canadian Heavyweight Championship on the line against a man I've never met before, but a fellow 25-year veteran of the pro wrestling scene here in Canada. He is an international star. He's a TV star. He's been on TNA Wrestling off and on for a number of years. I'm going to take on Cody Deaner. And let me tell you, I got my work cut out for me. And that is okay. That is okay. I am looking forward to a challenge. That's all I've wanted is a challenge and competition. Because when you're the best goddamn heavyweight in all of Canada, you got to have a challenge. And a man of the pedigree of Mr. Cody Deaner is going to be exactly that. It's going to be a hell of a bout. It's going to be crazy going toe-to-toe with a guy like that for my Canadian Heavyweight Championship. And I look forward to going to war with him and remaining said champion for a long, long time to come. So that's going to be fun. Please come check it out. Go to blazeprowrestling.com right now to get your tickets. Tickets are already on sale. Please get them. They will sell out. We've been selling out for the last year. It has been a fantastic ride that I've been happy to be a part of. A couple other highlights I'd like to mention from last Friday's event in Winnipeg. I have to, of course, give a big shout out to our female sensation, our big baby face, Candy Chaos, for continuing to be a light in the darkness that is pro wrestling here in Winnipeg. The energy and the love that she gets from the crowd and that she gives to our crowds is simply phenomenal. I can't think of a better blue chipper baby face that I've seen in a long, long, long time. She has worked so hard since she began her training. She puts in so much heart into what she does and so much thought into what she does. Her efforts of those other two gentlemen that night were terrific. Maybe the match didn't go her way, but she's a winner in everybody's hearts, and that's all that really matters. I also want to put over El Diablo Blanco and his substitute partner, because, of course, the steel stud was stuck in the steel mud of illness on Friday, so he wasn't able to come in and defend, but he had a substitute partner whose name is escaping me, even though I know him really well, and I'm going to be embarrassed, but that's okay. He's a fine young man. He's refed many of my matches. He's been working very hard for other alphabet soup companies I'm not going to mention right now. A fine young gentleman. Those guys had a very entertaining bout, from what I could hear. I haven't seen the tape back yet, with the New Canadians, who are making quite a name for themselves locally, and I think that these South Asian gentlemen are having a good old time. Eddie Alvarez! Thank you. I'm sure that sounded really great. Thank you, Billy. Eddie Alvarez and El Diablo Blanco retained their Blaze for Wrestling Tag Team Championships in a very fun little match. Yes. Hel Chico, Eddie Alvarez. Hel Chico. I won't tell Brian Alvarez that his not-so-related cousin Eddie is stealing his Hel Chico gimmick, but that's a good thing. I wasn't planning on doing this, guys, but it's 10 o'clock and I need a sugar-free rock star. It's going to be that kind of a night, I tell you. Merry Christmas to me and jingle my bells. All right. So many people I can mention from last Friday. The last thing I do want to mention, of course, the other super heavyweight bout of the night, aside from me, was, of course, the Bruiser Kevin O'Doyle and the Beast Brendan Blake. Both gentlemen who I'm very, very familiar with. I can't wait to watch the ticker of the tape back on that one. The tail of the tape back on that one. You got both guys in the 300-pound range. One of them is Mr. Manitoba. The other one's been a fitness freak trying to get his cardio system down. These guys are the epitome of two big, meaty men slapping meat. And I'm sure they left their DNA all over each other, giggity. And had a fine old time entertaining that crowd with some hard-hitting action. And, of course, the most hard-hitting action of the night, ladies and gentlemen, was when that upstart Whitesnake challenged me for the Canadian Heavyweight Championship. And I will say this to Mr. Whitesnake. I'd like to apologize to your mother and your fiancé, who are both in the audience, for beating you quite so badly that night. I mean, you put up a hell of a fight, and you were very, very, very close. You were very close to upsetting me. I want to make that very clear. But you got a long way to go before this old man is going to blow a tire that badly and going to let you beat me in front of a sold-out crowd for my Canadian Heavyweight Championship. So again, to the future Mrs. Snake and to Mama Snake, I'm sorry that your boy's a little too skinny, and I'm sorry that I left some very significant bruises all over his face, chest, neck, and back. But he's earned another shot down the line. That's for darn sure. overall, congratulations to everybody involved in Blaze Pro Wrestling. Of course, that includes Billy, that includes his lovely lady Desiree, his entire family that works behind the stage tirelessly. Tony and his family, you guys all do a great job. I appreciate and love and respect all of you. And all kayfabe aside, I am so proud to be part of this team. You guys make me better. You make me want to be better. And you've put a daunting challenge in front of me for February 27th. So I've got some work to do. And there's some fine ASMR for you. So let's talk about what we're here to talk about. Of course, the reason for the season. It is Christmas Eve. Tomorrow's Christmas Day. I don't want to get into the spirituality or the religiosity of it so much, you know. For those of the Yiddish faith, I will say a happy Hanukkah to you all. To those of you who are into Yom Kippur, I'm not sure of all the cultures and all the faiths, and I'm going to fuck it up, so I'm going to stop right there. But I just want to say, this time of year, as we all gather around the pagan tree, and we have a Festivus for the rest of us, and we do all that stuff, it's less about the denomination in your Bible, your Quran, or whatever, and it's much more about what we do when we get together with the people we love and care about. So with that said, a caveat, and an important one, because, and I made sure to write this down so I don't screw it up, because it's important to me, not everybody loves Christmas. Not everybody loves the holiday season. And that's not because they're Scrooges or they're cheap necessarily, or they don't get into the commercialism or any of that other crap. I get all that stuff. I certainly been a bit of a Scrooge sometimes with all of the bigger, higher concepts of it. The Christmas season for a lot of people is the shits because of their past, of their history, of their trauma, from having terrible family situations or difficult family situations. You know, not everybody had the best parents growing up. Not everybody had a fantastic scenario growing up. And all of that is their business, their trauma, and all that other stuff. But that is just to say that as I look forward to the next couple of days with my family, with my daughter, my loved ones, my lady, and more, I know that I am blessed to have the opportunity to reflect on my memories, that we are all blessed if we have the opportunity to reflect our memories, and we have the opportunity tonight, tomorrow, and in the future to go forward to try to make some new ones, try to make some good ones, for me, for you, for everybody, okay? And part of that, it goes to some of the stuff I've said before on this stream is, you know, having empathy for other people is a blessing and a curse. But I firmly believe that by being mindful of others and of others' feelings at this time and at every time, it's really the best way to go to show that level of respect for yourself and for them going forward. So that's all I'm going to say on that one. If this time of year is not your favorite time of year, I just want you to know we love you, we respect you. Do what you need to do to protect yourself and have the healing and the stuff going forward. And hopefully you're willing to, you know, meet with people, not have this time by yourself and be alone, and you're willing to go forward and, again, like I said, make some new memories and have a chance to cherish some time with people that you do love or would like to love, and go forward from there. So, caveats out of the way, I would like to talk about so Christmas is a weird thing. Not a weird thing. It's a big thing with my mother, who I love dearly, who I'm going to see tomorrow, who I just got off the phone with before I started the stream, which was a little late, because she's currently right now frantically playing music, probably having a gin or two, and trying to get all the presents that she's last minute got together wrapped, and we'll be up until ridiculous o'clock in the morning, only to get up even earlier to try to get things ready for us kids, her grandkids, and more, who are going to invade her house all day. And I love the fact that to this day I can still go to my childhood home, and I'm blessed to do so. And now in the chair that my father used to sit in before he passed, I can sit there with my brother and my sister, and we can watch our children and our cousins and our nieces and nephews watch their children now gather, congregate, and grow up and sharing the kind of memories that we shared in that very same place when we were kids. Christmas at my mother's house is a collection of nutcrackers, over 100 long. She's got nutcrackers all shapes and sizes. Big ones, small ones, never in between. She loves them. The kids love them. They love playing little games with them, which is crazy. She's got a minimum of 2 Christmas trees, including the fake one that my dad bought back when I was a kid. And I'm talking a little kid. So that thing's damned old, and that's all right. I remember all the years of opening up Star Wars toys with my brother, and he and I fighting over which one was mine and which one was his. I remember the massive amounts of messes from all the paper and all the tape that would happen all over the place. My parents were like lower middle class when I was growing up, so while we didn't always have great gifts, Mom and Dad always made sure to have lots of little stuff for us, and that's something I remember very fondly. Billy, we were all little ones. Just because I was born a 10-pound turkey doesn't mean, I wasn't like comparatively little. We are talking on a scale of, I didn't grow up, I wasn't born with a size 15 shoe. I grew into that when I was 11, but that's the tale for another live stream. But that's okay. Anyways, Christmas memories. My late grandfather, who's been gone now 25 years, I remember seeing him come on into my family's house, my mom and dad's house, with my grandmother, who is still with us, and I'm going to have to try to visit her at some point tomorrow at her home. My grandfather would come on in with his stoic 1930s, 1940s look that never changed for the entire time that I knew him. Still wearing, his dress slacks and his, button-up shirts, making sure all of the boys and girls were given, firm handshakes and, not very, loving hugs and stuff, because, of course, he was a man from that generation. But, you always knew the love and care was there. The endless amounts of ginger snap cookies that my mom and my grandmother would bake fresh pretty much that day and all day. And that inevitably I'm going to have at least 2 dozen of tomorrow, and, fuck a diet. That's just what it's going to be. Tomorrow's going to be the day of fatness and sadness, and, yeah. Never again will I wear spandex for wrestling, but that's okay. It's a day of music. It's a day of all kinds of holiday songs. And I'm talking from Bing Crosby all the way to Mariah Carey, Michael Bublé, and everything in between. My mom's got the Wynton Marsalis Christmas DVD still somewhere, CD, somewhere. It might be a DVD as well, that she played on a loop one year, pretty much from like December 1st until March. But that's okay. It's those are the things that I remember, and it all is kind of a blur. Like, do I remember the year that my parents scratched together and got us the Nintendo Entertainment System, but not the one with Mario Brothers, the one that had RC racing and golf? Yeah, I do remember that. And that was a good time. Even where you could hide the disappointment because you were so excited just to have a damn Nintendo because you were 10. But mostly what I remember is family. And I remember turning into a snarky teenager and thinking I was too cool for it all, not wanting to be there as much. But that was just my own little snarky teenager emotional, hormonal insecurities kicking in. Like I said, I remember my late grandfather. I remember my grandmother when she had the vitality and the energy of a woman half her age. I remember my mother's smile and her anxiety over stuff. My Auntie Laurie and her late husband Bob would come over with their kids, who are now grown and have kids of her own. And I remember the first year that I brought my daughter over for Christmas. She would have been 6 months old, cute as a button, wrapped in her little one-piecers, being handed around. I don't think my dad let her out of her sight for that entire day. Those are the memories I have. Are they all great? No. I do remember some tough times too. Once my grandfather's Alzheimer's started to kick in, and that Christmas was a rough one. That's okay. Times when people couldn't be there, times when there was disagreements at the dinner table. Hey, that's just life. But more than anything else, I do and will remember the love in that house. Because it didn't matter who you were or where you were from. When you were invited into that home, Christmas time or not, but specifically at Christmas, you were welcomed as family. Now, some of those family members have come and gone for reasons one or another, marital or otherwise. It's not important. New people come in all the time, and people have to leave on occasions as well. And that's a thing, and that's just life. But the important thing about it for me is that love is shared. Because as I said at the beginning after talking about the wrestling part, not everybody has had great Christmas memories in their lifetime. So when people come into my family's Christmas, I hope that they get a taste of what it's like to be surrounded by people that are not there to judge you, that don't care about your past, and only care about who you are today and who you want to be going forward. And hope that you will share the same amount of love and support to the people in that room and around you that that we're willing to give with you. And that's something that I'm only really noticing now, and I'm able to articulate now as I reach the, white-haired old age of almost 50 years old. And I can say these things after going through the struggles and the trauma of my last few years, where I can see how much of that love and affection is there in my life and in my heart and in my family's lives and heart that I may have been closed off to for a long, long time. But no more. I'm done reminiscing about the past in a negative way. You learn your lessons and you move on. And that's okay. That's okay. So, if you're coming here looking to hear me tell all kinds of stories about, and this one time in front of everybody, my brother dropped the pumpkin pie in the middle of the carpet and everybody went crazy. Sure, that shit happened. Or, the story about how my dad took my then 6-year-old sister to the tree lot down the road in a ratty old red snowsuit and quote unquote talked the guy down into getting him a $10 tree when that's all the money my dad had. Yeah, we can tell those stories, and those are good stories. But the true stories about having the gratitude of still having as many of those people with us as possible, to share in that time, to share a little food, to share hugs and love and more, and to look forward to doing it again next year, and the year after, and the year after that. So, those are holiday memories for me. I want to thank you guys for hanging out here today. I hope you've had a good time. Billy, Sheila, anybody else who's here. For anybody else who comes in later and checks it out, I appreciate you. Shout out to my boy Ken Knapsack and his Blathering and Force Center community for welcoming me into their community. For those of you who are going to check in this later, thank you for giving me the encouragement to want to do this sort of stuff. I do want to say Merry Christmas to you all. Happy holidays to you all. My love and support to each and every one of you at this time and at every time going forward. Next week, I will not be live. After I'm done this one, I'm going to quickly record a nice little bit for New Year's for a different thought that I've got. So there will be an episode next Wednesday for New Year's Eve, but I'm going to be busy, so I'm not going to be live that week, but that's okay. Merry Christmas, Sheila. Thank you very much. Again, from my family to yours, the best this season. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Thank you all for being here. Again, if this is your first time here, I'd love to see you come back if you will. Every Monday I'm trying to upload a match for my massive collection of VHS tapes and stuff from the late 90s, early 2000s. So from the vault will be a new match every Monday. Every Wednesday I'm going to try to do an episode of Outlaw Radio. Most of the time we'll be doing it live. Sometimes, like next week, it'll be taped in advance, and that's okay. Starting Fridays, I do want to attempt to do a Fitness Friday. It hasn't started yet, but once it goes up, it will. I'm going to do short 2-3 minute videos of some of my training practices and some videos of what I'm working on. Just me talking about it in general. I'm not going to get a full-on 45-minute Sam Stew like bullshit or anything like that. I don't think that's me, and nobody's going to believe that with my chunky lard ass anyway. But especially as I'm getting ready to go for February 27th, where I'm going to have to be a little bit more of a cardio machine again. I got some work ahead of me to do. And that's about it. I'll re-upload me versus JP Cass. I've got at least 2 matches of those that I can upload, so for sure I can do that. I can do that, Billy. Again, first time here, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. That would really be helpful as I'm trying to grow this community for other people. I'd love to make this sort of a thing where, like, hey, maybe it pays my internet every once in a while. That'd be all right. Again, in the new year, I'm getting this close to figuring out how to be able to do live streams with myself and somebody else. So if somebody wants to step up onto a mic and join me for a live stream or an interview one day or a chat, I'd love that. And if you have any suggestions who those would be, leave them in the comments below, and I'll get to them. If you're not following me online, I'm Outlaw Adam Knight on Instagram and Facebook. You can find me on BlueSky as well. The link to my books is there on Amazon. And if you are so kind of want to join my Patreon community of more than 2 people, that would be great. Please go to the link there, patreon.com, Outlaw Adam Knight. Again, it's the holiday season. I have love and affection for you all, and I can't thank you all enough for being here with me at this time. It means the world. So on that note, I'm gonna call it a day. I hope things are going well. Merry Christmas to you all, and come back next week for a recorded live. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone.